What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to Picking a Fight. I'm Latch.
I'm Jeff.
And today we're going to be looking at UFC 278 Usman versus Edwards 2. We're going to be looking at the entire main card. And today we're going to be looking at the co-main event, Paulo the Eraser Costa versus Luke Rockhold. But before we get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. We're putting out videos for almost every fight night and pay-per-view. So if you're looking for content like this, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out. And yeah, let's get right into it, Jeff. What you think?
Yep, so we got Paulo the Eraser Costa. He's currently ranked number 6. He's 13-2, 31 years old. He's 6'1" and a 72-inch reach. He's coming off back-to-back losses against Marvin Vettori and Israel Adesanya. And he's going up against Luke Rockhold. He's 16-5, 37 years old. He's 6'3" and a 77-inch reach. He's also coming off back-to-back losses against Jan Blachowicz and Yoel Romero. Yeah, and to mention, Luke Rockhold is coming off a 3-year layoff. What you think, Latch?
This is a pretty tough matchup for Luke Rockhold, I think. Especially he's not ranked no more. He is returning after a very long layoff. Both guys are on, some pretty bad skids. Obviously, Paulo Costa lost his title fight versus Adesanya. He got finished, and then in his last fight, it was a lot of drama with him and Marvin Vettori, which was actually at light heavyweight. But now this fight will be back at middleweight, and Luke Rockhold had a similar thing. He got finished by Yoel Romero, then went up to 205 and got finished by Jan. People question his chin, his durability now. And he did take 3 years off. And, that could be a negative or a positive, I think. Positively, he has some rest. He was able to kind of, relax and kind of rejuvenate, make sure, his chin can get some time off. But on the negative side, he is 37 years old now, So 3 years, he's getting older. While Paulo Costa is in his prime, I believe, at 31 years old, he just fought for the title. And he's had a little rough patch of his own, but this is just a bad matchup for Luke Rockhold. Obviously Paulo Costa got all the fucking muscles and shit. He buff, but he does not have that power. That one knockout power. But he does bring pressure, and he does bring a very fast tempo. And I feel like Luke Rockhold does not deal with pressure very well. Especially because his stance is a little more narrow, so he gets caught going backwards and leaning back a lot. I feel like this is just a bad matchup for him, especially to come back. I'm not very positive that he is going to win this, Obviously, he's a very good kicker. He still has some really good punches. He's a veteran. He used to be a champion, so he's not trash, He's good. But I just don't know if he's going to be able to bring anything to the table that's going to trouble Paulo Costa. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Paulo Costa, his past 2 fights were against a champion and
contender.
Basically. He's in the top 3. I think he's top 3, right?
Vettori?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure. Top 5 at least, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And so, and then Luke Rockhold is coming off a 3-year layoff. And before that was back-to-back losses. So, that doesn't look good. And I always never liked, fighters coming off a long layoff. And I especially don't like it when they're coming off a long layoff and then they're fighting a ranked opponent. You know what I mean? I understand Luke Rockhold, he was ranked, at the time and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, but it's a little different, I think, especially when you see up and coming fighters join the rankings and stuff. So it's a little tricky. And then the game evolves as well. So I feel like he's gonna be a step behind. It kind of like Gustafsson was too. When he came back, it just didn't look good. You could tell there was a time gap there in the skill level that was at that time, and now it's a pretty clear cut answer. I think Paulo Costa is gonna win, assuming he makes weight and stuff. Everything goes well. Hopefully he does. But I wouldn't be surprised though if Luke Rockhold catches him with his signature question mark kick or something like that. That'd be crazy. I honestly think he'll win with a kick. I think that's the best way he wins. But I also think that's going to be his downfall. If I had to make a bold prediction, I think Paulo Costa is going to catch him while he's throwing a kick.
Maybe.
And if I see Luke Rockhold winning, it's either question mark kick or a kick to the body, I think.
Yeah, I just feel like he doesn't have the power in his hands to be able to stop the pressure of Paulo Costa. Yeah. So he will have to rely on the range. The only thing is, I remember his style being more like karate style, where it's wider stance. But in his last fights, he really didn't do that no more. His stance was a lot more narrow. So, yeah, but his kicks are his biggest threat, I think. I think both guys have huge questions coming in. Obviously, Luke Rockhold with his durability and his long layoff. And then Paulo Costa, with whatever the hell was going on in his last fight, I think he said he was injured. That's why he couldn't cut weight, and that's why it was a whole debacle.
Like that, yeah.
But both guys have big question marks coming in. But I think Luke Rockhold's is more concerning. So I'm gonna say, even though Paulo Costa doesn't have the one-shot knockout power, I do think he will find some big shots and finish Luke Rockhold by TKO. I have Costa by TKO.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, let us know down below what you think. Do you think we're underestimating Luke Rockhold? Do you think he finally conceives, and achieves? Or do you think Paulo Costa gets back on track with a big win over a veteran? Let us know down below what you think. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't. Check out our other videos. We're actually doing every other fight on this same card, including the main event. So go check that one out if you haven't. And yeah, it's gonna be a great night of fights. We'll see you in 2 weeks for Gan versus Tuivasa. And yeah, we'll see you then.
Yep. See ya.